Powaful Impact, where we interview people who made a powerful impact on the culture, music, and community as a whole. I'm SP. Tiptoe will be joining us later. Um, just would like everybody to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on social media. But tonight, we have Mr. Know-It-All here with us tonight. How are you, Know-It-All?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great.
Good, good. So, I'm just going to start off the way we normally start off and just give the people who don't know you a chance to get to know you. So, where are you originally from, and how does
I'm
it
from
impact the way you make music?
I'm from Queens, New York, and it 100% impacts the way I make music because it's the amount of great artists that come from my area. So just for
Mm-hmm.
that, when you're in the type of the lane that I'm in hip hop, you gotta come with your best because look who came out of where I came from.
Oh yeah. It you have a lot of um influences and um power behind your home city. So how did you come up with your name? Does it have a specific meaning?
When I was younger, like whenever I would get into like disagreements or arguments, I was always the kid that everybody would always say to me, "You think you know everything?" So I just took that and I just made it a name because people say it to me so often.
uh
So that's where I got the name from.
Well, at least they didn't call you Smarty Pants. That I don't think that would have worked too good.
Nah, that's funny.
So, what was just thinking back? What was the moment that you fell in love with hip hop?
It's always been in my life. It's always been around me from the second I was born. My parents have always been big into music. But I guess the time
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with it, I had to be around 9 or 10. My father, who died a few years back, rest in peace to him, he had this big boombox. He gave it to me. He had this like whole bunch of cassette tapes. And the one
Mm-hmm.
that I specifically remember is the LL Cool J one, where he's standing in front of the school. I think it's Bigger and Deffer,
Mm-hmm.
and like I just remember that album, and I just fell in love with the whole idea of hip hop and the whole culture from that moment. Like really was into it from that moment. Like was up on new music, was looking to see who's the new artist. Like my father has a lot to do with my love for hip hop.
Oh, okay. So specifically, if you had to pick a song that that resonated with you, what song was that made you um just be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
You know what? What is it? It's the Mace verse from the P Diddy song. Y'all want to be ballers, shot callers, ballers, who be dipping in the bins with yeah, like that. That verse, like I used to try to say it perfectly. Like I was like I had to be like 7 or something around that age, and like ever since then, like I've been trying to like rap. Like
Hmm.
that was the first verse that I really remembered and would say over and over again.
Yeah, I know. I know how that feels. Mine was the song that I really wanted to know, and it's going to be ridiculous, but it was called "Your Mama"
That's funny. I never heard that.
by Wolf Ticket.
Uh,
And I know that's way back, but yeah, when I heard that song, I was like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna learn this song.
right.
So, what made you want to pursue a career in hip hop?
Well, growing up, I always had like aspirations of like, I guess of like being successful and being like well known and well respected for something. But when I was young, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Even going into my early 20s, like I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I started writing raps when I was like 19 to 20. I loved it, but
Mhm.
I didn't look at it as like a career, which is like a dream at that point, like something like. But when I got like 23, 24, I got sick again. You know, I had a kidney transplant when I was 17, and I
Yes.
got sick again when I was like 24. And when I was in that period of my life, I just sat
I
and just
can't
realized
hear.
like I wasted so much time just not doing nothing and not like finding a path in life. And hip hop has always been there though. Like it's always been something I was good at. So I just
Hmm.
started taking it serious and just putting my effort and putting passion and money towards it, and it started growing. So yeah, it hasn't been that long since I really started taking it serious. Like around when I was 24, when I got sick, like, and I really had to like reevaluate where my life was going.
Yeah. Okay.
So how you doing, Know It All?
I'm great. I'm good. Thank you for asking.
That album you dropped with Outcast,
Hmm.
that's a dope album.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's really good. In fact, I've heard it already about 4 times.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, when I first discovered you on, I just remember scrolling through my page, and I kept seeing this young guy saying, listen to my song."
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I am going to listen to his song because he is he's always so polite, and it just pops up on the timeline. And I was like, this guy is so talented.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
um whether you knew it or not, you, Rome, and Vernon were my entire reason for wanting to do um music musical podcast about new artists, because I just thought that you were so talented that I didn't want I thought the world should hear
I appreciate
it.
that.
And so I had been trying to figure out ways to get you guys exposure ever since that moment. So
And
this
you've helped
this
us a
is a
lot. Thank you.
yeah, this is a treat for me because I have watched you progress so much. And I've watched I remember when you first came on and you were getting ready to have you were in plans to have your transplant, and COVID hit.
Right.
So how has COVID affected you as a musician?
Well, as a musician, I think I've gotten more time. To be honest, during quarantine, like I was just in the house, like writing a bunch of stuff. Like it didn't really like negatively affect me, because I wasn't going to work. Like I was going to dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like I wasn't working, so I just got more time to just like focus on working. So for a lot of people, it was a blessing and a curse. Like just being stuck in the house, having to be around it.
Definitely.
Yeah. So my experience was I got to just grow as an artist. To be honest.
Yeah, I've listened, watched from your freestyles, and
Hmm.
the name changes, and the outfit changes, the change in style. Um, and I've also watched you open up a lot more.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
yeah, I've watched your music open up. I've watched you as a person open up, and you have been more active in collaborations.
Yes.
So, what pushed you into that direction to make that kind of move?
Well, actually, 2020 is it 2021 is basically like the first year where I worked with a bunch of different artists. Prior to that, all my projects basically have no features or one feature.
Right.
And but that's just because that style just came naturally to me. Just write, record, and just put it out. Like that was just natural. But then I just started realizing like make like I want to work with other people. Like it was I just had an epiphany. Like I need to just reach out to other people, start working with other people. Like it wasn't like a whole deep thing. It's just I just started actively doing it and looking to do it. And I'm glad it's been my most fun year as an artist.
Yeah.
What? Let me ask you. When did you find Backwood Sweetie, and when did you decide? Hey, you know what? I like her style. I want to collab with her.
I've been knowing Sweetie on Twitter for like maybe like a year now, and I heard her music like a while back, not that long ago back, but and I just
Yeah,
realized
because
like
she's
she's
kind of
talented.
fresh on the
She's really
scene.
talented, and it was like at that point she was like a lot of people didn't really know about her.
Yeah,
So I was like, so I'm like, yo, I got she has to be heard. Like, what's a
Hmm.
better way for her to be heard than I know people like if some people are going to be looking at my album. So what's a better way for me to let her be heard than to have her? And then before mine even came out, she dropped one of the best albums of the year. So it
Yeah.
it just
yeah,
it worked out.
yeah.
It worked out.
She's a problem.
She's a
She's
bitch.
a huge like. Okay, so I heard Shay North's 3 songs that she dropped, right?
Hmm.
And then you dropped your album, and I was telling a couple of friends of mine, I was like, Know It All's album is probably the best drop. And I said, and Backwood
Thank you.
Sweetie, if I'm comparing verses, not styles and all that with Shay Nor, um, Backwood Sweetie took that. Like,
Man,
because
what she
I
did on my
enjoyed
album,
her verse more than I enjoyed the 3 songs from Shay Nor. Sorry, Shay.
man, what
You
Backward Sweetie
know,
did on my album don't make no sense.
No, it was
yeah,
ridiculous.
it
It
don't.
was ridiculous.
For real.
Um,
I, you know,
Outcast, I've never heard of him, but he is dope. Like, I definitely want to dig into his catalog if he has one.
He's very young. He's only 17. He's from Jordan.
oh
Yeah, he's
wow,
good.
he's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. He's
You
I
another
know,
like
person
that.
that I felt deserved
So
more recognition.
let me ask you something. What was the first hip hop song you ever heard? And when you heard it, were you like, hey, this is what I like? I like this. I love this. This is what I want to do. Or did it take time for you to decide, I want to rap?
Well, like I said, hip hop was like I was born into it. Like it was natural. It was already in me. Like by the time I could start remembering things and I was aware of myself, it was already there.
mm,
As I
Right on.
said, earlier, the P Diddy song, like "Wanna Be Ballers," like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
first verse I ever tried, like remembered and was saying. I was saying it wrong, I'm sure, but that's the first one I remembered. Like that was the moment where I knew, like, yeah, this is something that I like want to do and want to be a part of.
Right on.
uh,
See, I go further back. For me, was Rapper's Delight. You know, I heard it on the radio and I said, what? What is that? You know, because I was used to disco. You remember
Hmm.
yeah,
SP? It was
yeah,
disco, it was soul, and funk
yeah. You know,
before that.
I was 83 even when I was 8, so I listened to the blues.
Yeah, I was 9 in '79. I was 9 in '79 when Rapper's Delight came on. My cousin was like listening to it, my older cousin. And then I didn't fall, I loved it, but I didn't fall in love with hip hop till I heard the message.
Mm,
Then I was like, yo, this is talking about my area.
right.
This is like where I live. This, I relate to this. I was about 2 years older, and already, yeah, I was already out in the streets at 11. So yeah, yeah,
So,
I related to that, and that's what made me fall in love with hip hop. So
So
But
it's been one of my bucket lists to get you and Rome Wise on the song. I think I've been harassing y'all for a couple few years now about about doing a song together. So how did that finally come together?
Yeah, I felt the same way. I always thought Rome was just amazing. Like he's like, and we live in the same city, so it's like we got to link up. So what happened was I sent him the song with the open verse and everything, and but we actually ended up. He came to my studio session and recorded. Like I met him for him to record that, and I'm
Wow.
listening like, God damn, like he's going like everybody that got for features was just trying to take my head off, and I love that. I'm glad they did because it made it a better songs and better projects. But yeah, I've always thought Rome was great. Always wanted to work with him. Yeah, so that's just been in the works for a while. But yeah, when I got the song and I was like, I want to see what he's gonna do with this, and he just took it to another level, and I'm thankful.
Yeah, I'm you know how I feel about y'all. So
Thank you.
that 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 just made me so happy to see to see both of y'all's name on the song, and I was like, yes. I was like, this is a birthday gift.
Next is me and Vern. Me and Vern is next.
Oh man, are you kidding me? You know that would be the trifecta for me. All of
Yep,
my dreams will come true.
that's gonna happen.
Oh man, that is going to be so dope.
I'm gonna put my
Is it going
dogs
to
up
be
real quick.
your
They're
album or
loud.
his?
Get in here.
That's not we haven't got that far yet.
That is going to be so fire. Both of y'all are so dope.
Thank you.
I am
Okay,
so
I didn't
happy.
hear that. I'm sorry. What was that? Who is it?
It was him and Ver, Vernon Hayes.
Oh yeah, yeah. That'll be dope.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
the
East
excuse
Coast,
me.
West
machine,
I'm
Coast.
really trashed from work, so apologies.
the
No problem.
machine, the machine. When that first track came on, I
The
teared
intro.
up. Yeah, I teared up
Yeah.
because I know the story, and so um, this album was really personal
Hmm.
and it was vulnerable, and I love to see that side of you.
I
Um,
think it was inspirational too, though.
yeah, it but what made you put it, just lay it out there? Because I thought it was, I've always told you it's something that should be told, because it can make life so much easier for other people. And I'm so proud and happy that you finally um let that part of yourself out. So what led up to that decision?
Well, I was just under a lot of stress from the whole process of dialysis during around October and like last summer. Like it just really had been stressing me out. And with the whole the transplant was just being prolonged. Like so, I was just really stressed out, and I was just like that was just my thought every day. Like I got to get off this machine. I got to get off this machine. And then it's like also it's like the machine of the world we live in. Like the way like just the system like it's just machines we just I'm on a machine inside of a machine already like so that's where like the that's like a double entendre for the title but yeah that's just what I where I was at like everything was stressing me out COVID just being on dialysis during COVID just everything and that's just where I was at like I got to get off this machine and that's what it was the machine like that's what was on my mind like
You know, I think artists that put themselves into their music just makes so much more of a better artist for me to listen to, because I rather even like I like the fact that you can just put your whole self into your music and let us in, and I think there's a lot of artists out here that aren't real, you
Mm.
know,
Hmm.
that aren't who they are on their music in real life. So I think I appreciate it more that you do that, you know.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed this album, like I said.
Thank you. I
Um,
appreciate that. Thank y'all for your support, for real.
yeah, let me ask you, who would be your dream collab?
Well, as of right now, my favorite rapper, well, both of my favorite rappers ever are dead. One died recently, one's been dead for a while. My two favorite, I can't decide which one's one or two. Like they like right there. It's MF Doom and Big Pun. Those are like my
Yeah.
those are like my two favorite rappers ever. But the person that's alive, who's my dream feature right now, been my biggest inspiration over the past year, is Rock Marcy. That's like my dream feature right now. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
that is interesting. You know, Big Pun too is he's in my top five. Um, yeah, big. I'm a huge Big Pun fan.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Love Big
yeah.
Pun.
um, you think if he would have stayed alive, do you think music would have went different? If say if him, Biggie, and Pac would have lived, do you think the directory that hip hop went in would have gone that route if they were still around?
Well, I think it would have stayed more authentic for longer, but I think eventually the labels and their money would have done whatever they wanted, regardless.
Right. Maybe, yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of what ifs, because then you
Right,
could
right.
say, well, if he would have been alive, Suge wouldn't be locked up, Death Row would have still
Yeah,
been
yeah.
doing their shit,
It's a whole nother
and
dimension you can go into.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
eventually, yeah, yeah, definitely. Um,
I
so
find every time that I see your profile pop up, what pops in my head is hoes, guns, and drugs. Hoes, guns, and drugs.
who's your biggest
And
impact?
the reason that song pops in my head so much is because ever since I've known you, you've been pushing a message forward, and I could see at that point the frustration in not being heard, and that song was quintessential know it all.
Thank you.
It was so well done, and I love that song.
Thank you. I like it
I
too.
think it takes time, like when you're first starting. You know what I mean? Like, I think you get your core, like you get somewhat of a core fan base, and that core, whether it's 5 people, 10 people, that core ends up taking your music and sharing it,
Yes,
and then it grows and grows and grows. It takes time though. I
absolutely.
know some artists that have been rapping and knew Big Pun, knows Fat Joe, knows all these big artists, and they're still not even as known on Twitter as you are. And
Yeah,
they are insanely good from Jersey.
yeah. It's a
You
lot of that.
know,
A, a lot of times people don't like on social media. You have to like talk. Like
yeah,
you have to engage with people. You can't just come on here and share your music and think everybody's going to gravitate to it. You have to give people a reason to want to listen to your music.
yeah,
Like
and that's exactly what I tell him. My homie Lyrics, he did a track with JR recently on his own album.
Jr. is
And
nice.
I said,
Hmm.
that's great. It's a great track. And JR is talking about it, but you're not on Twitter, bro.
Right,
You know, you got to be out here. And he works. And so I'm like, well, there's only so much we could do.
right.
But if you're not engaging,
You
you
have to
know,
want it. Nobody can want it more than you.
yeah.
Hmm.
And
And
he's constantly dropping
it's what
music, though.
it's what I've
Constantly.
always loved about you is that you are out there, and you treat everyone kindly, and
Yeah.
even when people aren't so kind to you, you take it with a grain of salt, and you move. So
You better than me, bro, because
you
I be
have
cussing people out.
I tell you often that you have, when I say call you king, it is just not a word that I use. You move majestically,
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
the way you handle yourself is brilliant. And I don't think you get a lot of credit for that, because I've seen people be really obnoxious, and
Yes.
I've watched you navigate that so well. So just
Today,
kudos to you for being who you are, because
Thank you.
that's not easy.
you
You
know,
know, I learned from other people, like watching other artists like mess themselves over by just being rude to everybody or being a certain type of way to
oh yeah.
everybody. And you don't get nowhere like that. You get further with sugar than shit, as my mom used to say. Like, so
Yeah.
Yep. That's a
that's just
fact.
the approach I take.
But you displayed that today on Twitter when you asked people to show Outcast Love.
Everybody deserves their recognition, especially when you put in the type of work he's putting in.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I agree. The day when I tweeted out about your album and Backwood Sweet, I had just heard that album the first time. Yeah, so I've marinated with it, and I still need to go through it more. But I think he's good, and
Yeah.
he's young, so he's just gonna get that much better.
Yep.
You know,
A lot of people don't give young people a chance. Like, oh, you too young, or
yeah,
my last two projects. The last project I did, Music Saved Me, was Skip. Skip is much older than me. Skip is
Hmm.
10 plus years older than me, and Amir is 10 plus years younger than me. Like, people don't do that. People will discriminate and only work. And the next album I'm dropping is somebody who's my age. Like, I'm all over the place. like,
that's good.
like people
Yeah,
don't
Yeah,
people don't
because
do that. People,
that
you got to
project with
give people
Skip
a
the
chance.
Kid was that project with Skip the Kid was great.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It was really good. And
I'd
I
like to
like.
hear you and I Am God on the track together.
Yeah, I was just talking to him. That's gonna happen too. Hopefully this year.
He's also another one that I
He's
think is
amazing. He's amazing.
he's brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys would be great on the track
I
together.
think so too.
Yeah, definitely. I think the group that I see like Numbs, you, Backwood Sweetie,
King James.
and Ruben Check the Rhyme does these um Twitter spaces with you guys in them.
Right.
That's very helpful because that's getting more people to hear you guys, and that's something I was telling SP that we need to do with the show is do more Twitter spaces and bring in other newer artists
The
and
Twitter spaces are
showcase
great.
them. Yeah, aren't they though?
Yes.
I think more
So
people pull up to that than Clubhouse.
Definitely. We've had me and another rapper that from Jersey that I'm real cool with, Patty Honcho. We do Cypher Spaces every Saturday. We actually had to make it go later today because of this interview. We do Cypher Space where we do spaces and we have a bunch of rappers come and spit verses and stuff. It's been doing
Oh
really good.
yeah,
Like we've had really big people come in and check in, and even we had a URL rapper, one of the smack rappers, come in and spit a verse for us. Like it's gotten pretty popular.
mhm.
wow.
Yeah,
See,
I
and I work. I can't do it because like I'm already late to bed as it is. I had to be up at 3 in the morning.
Oh my God.
I work 12, 13 hour shifts at this
Wow.
damn warehouse.
and I'm a space ghost, so I'm normally in there. I'm
I don't
normally
know
in
what it
there.
is,
Y'all
bro.
just don't know why
She
I'm in
don't
there.
show up.
But I always pull up when y'all send me the notifications. I always pull up, but nobody
Yep.
knows I'm in there.
Why is
You
that?
need to start using the Powerful Impact
Yeah, if you
Twitter.
see Powerful Impacts logo, that's normally me.
I see it all over the place. Y'all are putting it out there. I see it everywhere.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I think um because I want it to be more than just music. For me, I want people to see that even though you may not be exactly where you want to be, the
Hmm.
road can be beautiful, and
Yeah.
there's more than
Absolutely.
just being an artist. You can be a producer. You can be the guy that shoots the videos. You
Right.
could be, you know,
Yep.
you could be the guy who masters. You could be the guy who produces. I mean, there's
You're
so
right.
much that goes
A&Rs.
into. Yeah,
There's a
it's so
lot of
much
positions.
that.
You're right, and a lot of people don't realize that everybody wants to be the rapper or the singer. There's a lot of positions you could take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I set up an interview with RJ Payne's producer for us, so
Wow.
that'll be in February.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
He's really cool dude, easy to talk to. I talk to him often. I'm
Mm.
trying to get the A&R that's an A&R to, because I know him. He's an A&R to Snoop, Crook, Yuck Mouth, all these big names, but
so
he's just so hard to get a hold of.
so
Right.
let me ask you, know it all. Um, what keeps you grounded? What, the world has gotten so chaotic, and sometimes I know we can be in a microcosm of ourselves,
Hmm.
especially on Twitter, when people are like, you need to do this with Know It All, or you need to do this with Know It All. And these are people you don't know, but you're building a fan base.
Right.
So how do you keep grounded and keep that from
And
um,
not let your
going
head
to your
swell up
head and,
with.
and making you divert from your path?
Because I don't know. Because like I know that it's like at the same time I get a lot of love, but at the same time it's like it's fickle. Like it's real fickle. Like how do I explain? I'm trying to find like a good way to explain it. Like, and I still have so much more work to do. Like I'm not anywhere near where I want to be. That's one.
Hmm.
Like, and also I have a problem where I don't like everybody else to tell me something is great and I don't see it. I guess because I'm doing it. So sometimes other people will be praising me for something and I don't see it as the same as they see it. Like this rapping and promoting and all of this stuff has just become my routine. Like it's just become
Hmm.
normal to me. Like I wake up thinking about, oh, what's the next thing I have to write? What's the next thing I have to like it's just become normal to me. And I'm happy that I got into this routine. Like it's like
It's
when I first
is it uncomfortable to receive praise for you,
I wouldn't say it was uncomfortable.
or not
No,
uncomfortable, but
you know what it is? I get weirded out when like everybody is telling me something is good and nobody has something negative to say. Like that bothers me. Like there's no way that everybody likes it. Like I get suspicious of that.
okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you a secret. There are fans that you're gonna have that are gonna like everything you put out, and
I
those
Hmm.
feel
are
that.
what you call casual fans.
Mm,
Right? And then you have fans like one day you might see me on Twitter go, yo, that album was dope. But that one song, I wasn't really, blah blah blah. But
right.
um
We need that. We need that though.
you do. But you also have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely.
sometimes. Like there's also times where that album is just that good, bro. And
Yeah.
everyone's gonna like it. And you
I
have
can
to
see.
accept
Yeah, it's
that
just a
too.
mental thing where it's just me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel you.
yes, I'm the one who will say it in a minute. Can we bypass the auto tune, please, sir? Thank you.
Yeah, auto tune's not my type of thing.
Can y'all
Um,
please put a drum in here somewhere? I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah,
That's becoming real popular. Drumless style beats.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
So that's when
Oh,
you'll hear me say, "Oh, that was a dope track," and that's it. Because it'll be the auto tune, and you'll be like, "Okay, I know what she's saying."
Yeah,
mhm.
it
Yeah.
goes against my southern not to have a drum or bass that just shakes all the
I
windows
understand.
in my car.
How can you have hip hop with no drum or bass?
Dang,
You can't.
this is coming from some OG, so this really hurts. You know why? Because I love rhyming over drumless beats. Like I love doing that
Dude,
because you know why? Because not every MC can do it. Like it's hard to catch the rhythm of like
you do
it's
know that Cool Herc, when he did what he did, he took the drum part
yeah.
and the drum is essential, and
100,
so
no,
is the bass.
absolutely.
Like, I can't get down to, I'm like, is this rap? Is this like
And,
some type of I just can't, I don't know.
I
and
understand.
I can get with it. It's just that, after about 30 minutes of no drums,
Nah, you can't do that. That's too
I
I
can't
much.
even
am
do
going to
30
go
minutes,
and
girl.
find me some bass because
She's more patient than I am.
because
I'm
my
like 20
southern
seconds in, I'm like, late, all right.
my
That's
southern
funny.
requires bass.
I
Yeah.
feel that.
So I had asked you earlier, but SP wasn't done. So I'm gonna ask you now. Who is your biggest impact in life? It don't have to be an artist,
Biggest impact
or
in
your
my life?
biggest
A person?
inspiration.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
If
Um,
you don't have, hey, you
biggest
don't
impact.
need, dude. You
No,
could just say
there isn't.
myself.
Well, okay. Well, since you put it that way, my biggest impact in my life has been me like taking control of my life and realizing that the path I was going down when I was younger was wrong and like turning that around and just
Mhm.
making all this progress, not just as an artist, just in life. I've grown so much since like dialysis. I needed to that to happen because the path I was on was no good. When I got sick is when I realized when I reevaluated my life and realized I needed to do something else. I always tell people like I needed that. I needed that to happen. I need to be sit down. So me realizing that and turning my life around, yeah, that's my biggest impact in my life, honestly.
Hey, I feel you. When I was shot, it changed my life too.
Yep.
You
Sometimes
know,
you need something drastic to happen.
it made me go in a. I realized, hey, this is not working.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel you. That
Some
So
and
people
that
need drastic stuff to happen for them to realize things like,
sometimes we need that chaos to bring out. We need that storm because at the end of the storm, there's the rainbow, and we need
yep,
the storm to bring the rainbow.
yep.
so let me ask you, social media has become such a big part of being a musician now,
Yes.
especially for independent artists. How did you keep yourself from digital burnout, from the fatigue of, social media, and sometimes uh, Twitter can just be damn mean.
Yes.
So
Do you see it
how do
as
you?
work? Like, this is part of my job
I
as
mean,
an artist.
100%. The social media is 100% a part of the job of nowadays. It's 100% a part of it. But when I go on Twitter, I'm surrounded by so many people that I respect and so many people that respect me and so many people that I love and got love for, and we joke. So it becomes not work. But it's also because I love doing it.
Right.
I love Twitter now because of the people that I'm
Me
surrounded
too,
by.
bro. I
Right.
go on Twitter and talk my shit. I do my voice
I love
tweets.
it, but it is
Me
very
too.
important, and you have to do it. Like as an artist, you have to be on the internet nowadays. Like there's kind of no way around it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're independent, you
Right, right,
really got
right.
to.
That's what I mean. That's really what I mean. If you're
Yeah,
independent, you have to have a presence online.
yeah,
So how do
yeah.
you keep
That's
yourself
that's
from
your
burning
that's your
out?
bag right there.
Um, I don't know. That's a good question. I like I said, like I guess because I know that like I have to do this, like so, like I have to do it. Like yeah, it doesn't bother me though. I see a lot of people. Oh, this internet makes me depressed and all. Like I guess to this point, I've just been able to bypass that for the most part. Like
It don't make
I
me
enjoy it.
depressed
I
either.
enjoy it.
I
I
do
enjoy it.
too.
I
I
do
go
Right,
too.
on there and I'm like, I have a good time, when I'm
right.
on
It's
there.
fun. Like
And
I
it's
used to
kind
cuss
of weird
everyone out.
because it's kind of weird that, especially for me, who's so much of an introvert,
me
to
too.
actually have so many people that I genuinely love and care
Right.
about. Um, if you're missing for more than 5 days, I'm
I'm
going to
looking for
look
you.
for
Right,
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
going to go find you and find out what the hell is going on. So,
yeah, I do that. I call it my homie check-in. This is a
Mhm.
it's
homie
kind of,
check-in. Like, how you doing? Where you at?
yeah, I know when you're
Yeah,
going. I know when, because I'm going to go look for you. Even if you're somebody I followed for a long time, I guarantee you, if I don't see you in my timeline, I am going to search your page just to make sure you post it to make sure you're okay. You
Yep,
know,
me too.
so when you what do you think the hip hop community what do you think the hip hop community as a whole? I'm finding so often that there are, well, these newbies that come in, you have your set group, but then you have these newbies pop in,
Hmm.
and I don't think they quite get the foundation that most of us have established with each other.
Yes.
right.
Um, how do you, um, when it's someone new that's coming into those spaces with you, do you acclimate them to flow well into your little family that you created for yourself?
100%. Every artist that I think is dope that I find on Twitter, Instagram, I'm trying to fit them into the fold. Like,
Mhm.
if you're dope, you deserve to be heard. Period. I don't have like you being heard is not going to affect me in any way. So if you're dope and I like you, I'm going to try to put you into the fold. Some people just don't mesh well with it. They just don't understand. They just
Yeah,
don't fit in. They just either they don't talk enough or they don't. It's just something that just not fitting. Or they're like standoffish with other talented artists. I know a lot of artists are envious of each other, and that's a big problem in
and
the thing where
that stops a lot because they don't want to, because of the envy. They don't want to work with them.
right, and that's a huge problem. Artists being jealous or being envious or being intimidated by each other's talent. That's a huge problem, and that's usually why people don't fit into the fold because they're not used to like artists that don't never even met each other just coming together like this and really really growing together. They're not. It's not.
Yeah,
It's new. It's a new thing
yeah,
we doing.
And when I
it
when I
is.
made my page, it was always with the idea that artists would meet each other and help each other and build relationships. Even though I'm
I
not
did
an
it.
artist, but
When I made my page, I was like, I'm making this page because I have to, because I'm an admin in this damn server and I got to promote. Because I
Mm,
was totally against social media. I
mm,
hated it. I thought I don't want to do it, and now I can't get off of Twitter.
right.
yeah, for me, I wanted Rome and Vernon and Knowitall to meet and work
We met.
together.
I met Rome.
It's so
Yeah,
funny that y'all probably don't know this, but almost everything that I've done musically, or podcast or anything, any interviews or things that I've done, you guys were the basis for it.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you.
You guys were the basis for it. So it
Appreciate that.
always makes me happy and proud when I see you guys moving so well. And I've watched everybody come together and stretch your wings, and it it's just amazing to see.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
say this one more
I'm
thing. This
really digging the independent scene a lot.
it's amazing. The independent scene is just like the best. It's the best thing moving in hip hop right now. The underground scene,
Yeah,
from the top of
and
it,
for people like casual fans that are like, "Oh, there's no lyrical artists out
right? People, I
there.
don't understand how you
These
still
are,"
saying
and
that.
I'm like, "Dude, where are you looking? Because like you got to really dig in the crates because there's a lot of them
A
out here,
lot, a lot.
a lot." And
Any
I'm
style you
glad
looking for?
because
What
that
were you
little
gonna say? Know it
time
all?
period of mumble rap fucked me up, bro.
I, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. Um, this is like very secretive, but I'm on the same project with Vern and Rome. Like I'm on a project with them. Like that's coming out in 2022 also.
Oh, that's
That's all
gonna
I'm gonna
be
say.
dope. That's
Yeah.
gonna be dope.
Hmm.
Y'all don't know
But
how
for
much
me,
you don't know how much that how happy that makes me.
oh,
Three
she's
of
gonna be all
the
over the place with it.
I'm going to
Yep.
be all over this. I am just so serious because I'm just you guys as human beings have moved me so much. I've watched
Same
y'all
here.
grow so much, and this it this is that would be a culmination of everything that I even from the first even it aspired was just to have you three um prosper.
And we
It'll
appreciate
be
it. And
dope. It will definitely
2022,
be dope. I think
2022 is setting up to be a great year.
Yeah, after
I
this
think
project that you just dropped, I can see.
Yeah, I
I
got
can
another.
see.
I have another album with another producer coming out fairly soon. Like
is this album on Spotify now or is it strictly Bandcamp?
no, I just uploaded it for streaming today. It'll be wait, I forgot. I just uploaded it for streaming today. It'll be on Spotify, Tidal, Apple, all that stuff like within the next
Oh,
few
good,
weeks.
good.
Yeah,
I like to make playlists with the new drops that I like.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
always throw
going to
them on
do
there.
are you going to do physicals for this one?
We want to. We got to find like the right situation to do it with, like because I see so many people doing. I guess I got to ask around to find out like the right connection to really do it. Yeah, I really want to.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause like
this
I
album is
buy that shit.
this
I
album is
buy it, man.
deserving of physicals.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell all Outcast that everybody said y'all
I
aren't the
am
first people to
God.
tell me that.
I am God did CDs and vinyls. The Cleaver did CDs, vinyls, and cassettes. The Mad Assassin did CDs and I think vinyl. I'm not sure, but
You got to get
you might
we got to
ask
get
I
back
am
with Sweetie
God.
on vinyl.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you might ask I
yeah.
am God how, he went about it. Maybe he might have a connection where it's not so expensive. I
All
don't
right.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I see a few different people doing it. Yeah, I got to get the information.
Yeah, cuz hard copies, I mean, I'm from the era SP2 where we recorded off the radio, bro. Like hard copies are important. It's nice to be able to stream it, but
Hmm.
it's also great to have
So
it in your
actually own it. Yeah, I understand.
collection. You know, yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll put that. We'll try to get that done soon. Word.
yeah, it don't have to be every album either. It could be
No.
an album you feel is probably your better project, and you wanna,
Right.
cement that album in a hard copy.
No, as
So
of now, this one is my best one. As of right now, in my opinion,
I
this is my
like
best
this
one.
one a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
I was just going to
a
ask
lot.
you that. What has been your favorite album or collaboration?
It's this because it's so.
Yeah.
First of all, because of the like the theme of what it was about and everything. So definitely this.
Okay, so who was your favorite collab so far?
Oh, that's a I'm not gonna lie. Back with Sweetie, like the way she just destroyed that shit is just like
She's amazing.
that's it.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
got a
she's
few though. I got a
amazing.
few. I have a few of my favorite collabs. Grindstone with my friend Morning Run. It's a
hmm
song called Grindstone. Yes, that's another one of my favorite.
yeah.
Those are my two. Those are my two.
Right on. That's good. So let me ask you, if you had to pick a top 5 of artists that are alive, we're gonna leave out the goats that have passed.
Okay.
Who would be in your top 5?
Top five alive. Let's see. Oh,
And it could be independent, it could be mainstream, it could be,
you know what? I'm gonna do a top five like underground people. I'm gonna do.
okay.
I'm gonna just keep it
Okay.
underground. The best people that I've personally met are I gotta go. I am God. I'm not even gonna do an order. I'm gonna do five. I am God. I'm gonna go James Pitt Flames or King James. He goes by those two
King
monikers. Those
James.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Back with Sweetie, I gotta put her in there. I got to, and she's amongst the fellas, like for real. As far
She's
as
a problem, bro. She
yeah.
is a
that's three.
problem out here.
Who else I gotta put in there? Said those three. Who else would be in the five? Now this way gets tricky. The last two. I said Sweetie. I said I am God. I said King James. Uh, Rome Wise is underrated. Rome Wise is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's four. There's so many people that are like. I'm gonna just throw. I'm gonna say Morning Run. Morning Run. He's a kid from Boston. He's very talented kid from Boston. He's underrated too. That's the five right there for me.
Yeah.
All right. That's a
Uh,
good. That's a solid 5.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really what I listen to. Like I don't really. I haven't really been in a loop of like really popular music. Like I've been listening to my peers. Like that's mostly what I listen to. It's my
Yeah.
peers.
Yeah. Me too. I mean, like, I also listen to like Tragedy Gaddafi. He's independent and underground. Planet Asia.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh, of course. I listen to that type of stuff too. Rock Bossy, like I said,
Crook.
you got your my commies and all that type of
Um,
stuff.
Shoe
Yeah,
Gang. But mostly it's underground for me too.
you
Independent.
know, I'm all over the place. You know,
Hmm.
I still think Little Nas X album was the shit. I don't
Oh, you
care
like
what
that
nobody.
album? I
I
never
Oh,
heard
didn't.
it.
love that
I didn't
album.
at all, bro. She
It
she
was
will not let
so
me
well
forget that she
done.
loves it.
That
I
album was
didn't.
so well done. It was so personal.
I don't even
It
like Fact, but she won't let me get over Eminem's Fact either. I hate that song.
well,
She loves it.
fact belongs in the Smithsonian.
No,
What's
it
it
don't.
called?
No, it don't.
Fact,
Huh? Fact.
fact,
Where he's
fact.
talking about a gerbil in his ass and he goes, Fact, Fact. Oh, I hate that song. I
It
hate that song
belongs
so
in the
much, bro.
Smithsonian, and let me tell you why. Fact is a
Shock
song
value.
that I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. You could be or you could be 75. You are going to feel something.
You should not be 5 years old listening
Whether
to that
it's
song.
anger, laughter,
I feel anger when I hear it.
you're
I
going to
understand your
feel
point though. It
something.
evokes emotion.
Yes, it belongs in the Smithsonian. I
There
stand by
is
that.
no emotional content to that song.
It
He's
is.
just going off on shock value.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you are not
How is
only are
that
you
emotional?
just think, know it all. Just go with me here for a minute. He put
Pretend.
that song about putting gerbils in his ass through a tube
Oh my God.
on his greatest hits album, the first
Mm.
song.
That is interesting. That is
Because
interesting.
he was
It
high.
was exactly. He was, but it was.
That's
It
when he
was
was doing his accents and all that. He
how big do
wasn't
you
thinking clearly,
how
bro.
big do your balls have to be when somebody tells you that you are not progressive and that you don't have the same passion that you used to take that fucked up song and put it as the first song on your greatest hits album.
He
Yeah, that's
did
How
that
big
as a
of a
FU
how
to the
big of a
critics.
troll is that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Smithsonian.
Yeah.
I'm
I
telling you.
love her, bro. She's like one of my good friends.
I never
But
heard
her
that
and I
song.
have a little
I've
bit
never
of a
heard that.
difference
You
of
gotta
taste
hear it.
and opinions.
You gotta hear it. If you don't hear another song in your life, you gotta hear Fact.
All right, I'm gonna
No,
listen
you
to it
don't.
tonight.
Yeah,
No, you
listen to
don't.
Fact and then come on Twitter and tell me what you think.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know too.
All right,
Yeah, but
that's funny.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I have to go to bed.
So,
All
Do
right.
you want to bring Neville on?
no, I'm
Since
good. If
okay,
me and Know It All gonna keep it going.
okay. I I I just have one question for you. Okay. Um, what? How can I put this? Okay, so your greatest impact and the impact you've made is yourself. You said
Mm-hmm.
right. Okay, and your best collabs you already told me. So my thing is this: when you look at your career and the directory that it's going right now, the directory. I don't know how to say that. Anyways,
Trajectory.
okay, that word.
Got you.
Okay. Anyways,
It's been a
so when you
long
look
day.
at
We
it
got you.
and say if you could see it all the way, say 5 years from now, what collabs would you have liked to have done in those 5 years? And where do you see yourself and where do you want to be? Because those could be two different things.
Well, collabs. Well, in the next 5 years, I need to get the I Am God. I need a ransom feature. I need to be on some ransom shit. I need to be on some Rock Marcy shit. I want to be on some Makami shit, some West Side Gun shit. Um, yeah, it's a lot of other ones. Those are the ones just off the top. Rock Marcy, Shay Nowhere. Yo, there's a lot. There's a lot of people like Pharaoh Monch, like those type of people. The dude that cursed me out, Talib Kweli. I wanna. He cursed me out on Twitter a few years ago.
Talib cussed you out, bro.
Yeah.
Westside Gun and I got into it.
Who
Wait,
I
hasn't
cussed him
Talib
out.
quite?
Saigon?
Who hasn't Talib cussed
No,
out?
Westside Gun. Yeah, I cussed him out.
Wow.
Well,
I
at
see
least
him
he
get
didn't
into it with
call
a few
you a
people.
racist.
Yeah,
At least,
Yeah.
at least he didn't
but
call you a
where
white
do you?
supremacist. I think you got off easy
Oh my
with
God. Talib
Talib.
Kweli was calling everybody a white supremacist.
But where do you? When you look 5 years up the road, and you say you want to be with Pharaoh Munch, like you want to have songs with them.
Cool G Rap.
As far as your status goes, what level of status do you want to obtain in 5 years? You could do a collab with Pharaoh Munch and all of them and still be at the same
Absolutely.
level.
Absolutely.
But where do you want to be?
I want to be on the level of those people. Like I want to be in that within that realm where I can live off of my art and
Where you can
just
go to Bali if you want.
right. I want to be able to live and actually build and have a successful career in music and be able to do nice things for my mom and just yeah
Yeah, I
just that's
feel you.
it. Just be off better off than I am now.
Mm-hmm.
So is that where you see yourself though?
Yes,
Do you
honestly,
see
yes,
yourself there?
yes.
Good. You need to see yourself there
I
to
agree.
obtain it. All right.
I agree.
All right. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
It,
Thank,
I love your music, and
thank you.
it was great being able to talk to you and see you as I talk to you. SP, we will talk tomorrow. 3 o'clock in the morning comes too soon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, peace.
Good night.
Later.
Good night. All, all right, know it all. Jay-Z, where I'm from. What I love about you is you are unapologetically New York. How important do you think it is for artists to actually sound like where they're from?
I think it's so important, especially with like the messed up reputation New York City has had in the music industry in the last few years. Like everybody from New York City is trying to sound like somewhere else. So I gotta keep it authentic. I wouldn't be being myself if I was trying to be from somewhere else. I couldn't do it. I can't pretend to be somewhere else. It's just not in me. Like so that it's the most important thing for me to sound like in New York. When you first hear my music, I want you to know right off the back that I'm from New York, Queens. That's very important to me.
And it's important to me too. It's also why I love your music because it is unapologetically New York. And I feel it, I see it. When I listen to the lyrics, I know it. So I think I also think that's important because it gets lost in the sauce, you
Hmm.
know. But you have always kept it authentic, and I love that about you.
Thank you.
Um, so when you think about hip hop, and you think, what what does hip hop mean to you?
Well, hip hop is a culture. Wait, I got the wrong. Hip hop's a culture. It's just been like the basis of which the way I do things since for as long as I can remember. Like everything, the way we do, the way I've done since I was a kid has been based around hip hop. The way we walk, the way we play basketball, the way we draw, everything. Like it's just been life, my way of life since I've been conscious. Like since I can remember being me. This has been a way of life. It's bigger than music, much bigger than music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am of a generation that when we say hip hop saved us, it kind of hit different.
Mm.
And since I've known you, um, I've always felt that kindred spirit, even though you're much younger than I am. Um, how has it impacted with all the stuff that you've been going through in your life? How
Mhm.
has hip hop impacted or made it made it easier or harder for you to um, maneuver through this life?
It's definitely made it easier because there is a hip hop song about anything you're going through. And now, because of me, we even got one about dialysis. So
Yeah,
it's just there's just always something to whatever you're going through. If it's your first breakup, if it's your first whatever, there's just always something for it. So yeah, hip hop is always something you can a song or something you can relate to in hip hop. So 100% has made my life easier.
and it someone like for someone like me, I know how healing it can be. Um,
Hmm.
do you do you believe hip hop has the potential to actually help people and heal people who are going through different obstacles?
100%, 100%. It has like it can change your whole mind state. There's whole albums and stuff dedicated to people not committing suicide. 100%. Hip hop has already saved thousands of lives. I'm sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Um, also, when you the name of the show is Powerful Impact, right?
Hmm.
So, who are the three people, either personally or professionally, that had a powerful impact in your life?
MF Doom, powerful has been had a really a powerful impact on me as an artist. Mm, My mom has had a powerful impact on me just all around and everything. And as I got older, I realized how much I'm like her. Um, Another artist is Rock Marcy. Like I keep saying it, like he's the reason why I was like trying to step up my pen and just get better as a lyricist over there. Like he's inspired me so much, and and
Mhm.
usually like when I discover artists, I usually will maybe get bored with them like really fast. Like he just he still inspires me. Like he still motivates me to get better every day. Like
Mhm.
those are the people I can think of right now. My mom, MF Doom, Rock Marcy. Those three people very important in my growth as an artist and as a person.
So if you had not become a hip hop artist, where do you see what do you see yourself doing if hip hop wasn't the path you decided to take?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't even think I would be as healthy as I am. I don't know because I love hip hop so much and I wanted to live for it and beat it. I don't know if I would have found passion for something else like this. I honestly don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um, when you think about the music you make and the path that you're going on,
hmm
um, what do you want to be remembered for and why?
Just well, as far as rapping, just being one of the best, and also like just helping everybody, like just being supportive and just always being looking to help out all my my peers, like just being one of the people that just help the peers. 'Cause I know everybody doesn't do that. Everybody don't be wanting to share everybody else's music, and like I tried to be what I wanted to see, not what I was already seeing. And I try
Hmm.
to lead by example as far as artists supporting artists and showing love for artists. I want to be remembered for that for sure.
So
Just trying to build a sense of community with it between artists.
yeah. Um, so your music career is still developing. What are the name three places on your bucket list that you want to perform?
Dang. Los Angeles. Let's see, Madison Square Garden. It's not even called Staples Center anymore. Madison Square Garden. What is crypto? Is it like crypto arena or something like that?
Mhm.
That's what it's called now. And a third one. It's somewhere in Africa. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the
So
three.
you mentioned Africa. What is it about Africa that makes you really want to perform there? I know what makes me, you know,
What, I don't know, just the people. Like I don't know. There's just something that just calls me to it. That I just gotta go and just I can't really explain. It's just that's what my mind told me to say. Like it's just something that draws me to wanting to go there and perform.
and touch.
Right.
I know people think it's weird, but I think for most black people in America, um, because so much was stripped away from us, um, for some reason, it I just have a belief that it would be so healing to
Yes.
just touch,
Yes.
just
100%.
just just to be there.
hmm
And I know there's a lot of people who don't get that, and and it's a lot of Africans who don't get that. They think we're
Yes.
romanticizing their country or something like that. But in all honesty, it is the knowledge that is your ancestral home,
Mm-hmm.
and because America has not always been kind, you just
When
kind
are
of
they kind
want
now?
you just kind of want to um feel where you're from.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I get that. I get that kind of pull, you know, even though some people like to deny it, but we all have that pull to want to find our roots.
100%.
Um, so you kind of talked about what you wanted to be remembered for, but not just in music, but just in life. What do you want your legacy to be?
Just a positivity, motivation, great talent. Yeah, that's it. Positivity, motivation, and just my skill as an MC.
So, how did let's kind of take it back to music and think about your process.
Hmm.
So, are you the type of artist that writes your lyrics first, or and then find the beat that kind of fits the mode that you're in, or does the beat inspire you to write?
Well, no, that's such a good question because when I first started rapping, I used to write first and then find the beat. Now it's the opposite. I listen to the beat and then let it inspire me. Like I did both, and they both worked for me. But now I feel more comfortable getting the beat first.
Oh, okay. Um, so what producers would you like to work with?
We got my guy. Well, I'm gonna go with some underground. My guy Furious Styles.
Yeah.
My guy. I'm gonna go with somebody Nicholas Craven, who I always see who's always making great stuff.
Hmm.
Ninth Wonder. There's a lot of great producers. Derringer, Alchemist, uh, Dr. Dre. Why not? Like just all of the greats. Like I everybody. Like I'm Rock Marcy. He makes great beats. All these people. Like yeah.
Top
Like I just
five producers.
my top five favorite producers. I'm gonna go with Alchemist. I'm gonna go with uh Derringer. I'm gonna go with Outcast, Skip the Kid, and OG known for smoking. Those are three people that I'm working with. Also, they're amazing.
That sounds cool.
Hmm.
So I often have this conversation, but to you, what's the difference between an MC and a rapper?
Well, a rapper is just like this question comes up a lot, and it's like I think my answer changes, but a rapper is just like you just saying words over a beat. Like it don't really mean anything. An MC when an MC is coming on, there's a message in it, whether it's negative or positive. Like he's trying to convey something. Like there's different definitions of it. Like I just feel like when you hear an MC, like you stop and you gonna wait and listen to hear what he has to say. A rapper, it's just like, oh, this song is cool. Like the vibe of the song is different. With an MC, the song is about what he's saying. With a rapper,
Mhm,
it's just yeah, this song is cool. You understand what I'm saying?
mhm.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. When you let me ask you this, because this is another long-standing debate. Um, what do you say to people that claim that negative music and lyrics can influence or cause things like misogyny or rape or materialism, racism, violence, all the things that um, have been plaguing hip hop music, do you think that is it the lyrics that are perpetuating the action, or are the actions perpetuating the lyrics?
I think it's a little bit of both, but at the same time, all these things, racism, materialism, all this
Hmm.
stuff has been going on since forever before hip hop ever existed. But at the same time, I think it does play a role in how we operate, how certain people like easily influenced, like really young kids. I think they're very easily influenced by hip hop and very easily influenced by music. So I think there's something to it, but at the same time, yeah, a lot of this music is representation of what's actually happened. It's not the other way around. It's not these guys coming on and just saying this stuff. This is from usually from stuff people seen or they've done. Like this is the
Hmm.
reality in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So yeah. But at the same time, I think the music plays a part, but I don't think you can blame it on these artists now because all this stuff has been going on since way before hip hop.
So do you think hip hop is in a good place currently?
Yes, I do, especially with the whole underground scene and how many great lyricists and all this stuff. Absolutely, I think it is, and I think it's going to make even more changes for the better in the near future.
Yeah. Well, where do you see hip hop in 3 to 5 years?
I think the playing field between like this whole trap music thing and my lane will come closer. Like people, I think there'll be more people that want to hear this type of music in the coming years. To be honest,
Yeah, I'm hoping for more of a balance myself.
I believe it'll happen like fairly soon too.
Yeah, I think it's 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 it is time to we need a reset.
Yep.
We definitely uh need a reset.
hmm
So I'm going to ask you this question because I have asked artists this, and it always differs between black and white artists. What do you think about this issue of guests in hip hop?
Well, I'm the guess in hip hop. I think that hip hop is obviously a black culture. Do I think they're guests? I mean, yeah, they may be guests, but it's like Lord, like I feel like it was uncalled for Lord Jabbar to like say it. But I mean, at the end of the day, yes, they're guests because this is our culture. But I'm saying, but if you're not hurting the culture, you're fine. If you're not, if you bringing something to it, you're fine. That's the thing. If you're contributing to the culture, you welcome as a guest or you welcome as whatever. But if you're hurting the culture, you're not welcome, regardless of what color you are or what race you are. That's my opinion.
That's my opinion too. Uh, my opinion goes back and forth, to be completely honest, because it's very hard for me to look at someone like a Eminem who is so um such a student of hip
Right.
hop and has never shied away from stepping in and speaking on black issues, even if it is detrimental to his career. And so sometimes it's always kind of and there's lots of artists like that.
hmm
And sometimes it's always we teeter on the guest thing.
hmm
But anytime I've talked to a white artist, they've always said absolutely. Uh they never even stutter about it.
Eminem didn't even say he wasn't a guest.
Yeah, and most white artists don't say that they are not guests. And
Right.
so I always wonder what do you think that is about us as a people? Who are some of your earlier influence influences in hip hop, uh, especially? in your younger day, as you were developing your craft as an artist, who were some of your influences that um, really solidified the direction you wanted to take your music in?
Okay, well, I live in Queens. I live in Long Island City. I live literally 2 blocks from Queensbridge. Nas was my original guy. He was the original guy I tried to make like copy myself after. Nas, Common. There's one more. There's Nas, Common, like Styles P, Jadakiss. Like these was my original guys that I was really trying to be like copy my style after. Those was the
Hmm.
guys. Yeah, but Nas was the guy originally because like I'm literally I can look out my window and see Queensbridge. Like so yeah, I've always been trying to get in that realm like Nas for sure.
And la- this is last the last question, because um, when you think about the work you put in and what you are striving for, what has been your biggest um what has been your biggest moment and your biggest disappointment?
Ooh, biggest moment. Uh, just I don't even what. Excuse me. The biggest moment. It's not one. It's just a collection of just everything that's been happening. All the love I've been getting has just been surprising because where I started from musically, just like not getting couldn't get anybody to listen to it. Like just everything, just the growth over the years of how many people have started to love the music and people are willing to compensate me for my work. Like that's just amazing. Like I never thought I would get
Mhm.
to a point where somebody's looking to pay me to begin on their song. Like just all of that type of stuff. Like it's just been blowing my mind, the type of things that I've been experiencing. Yeah, like just people willing to pay me for my work. Just people showing me so much love from all over the world. I got people hitting me up from Ireland and Nigeria. Like it's just that type of stuff. Like people are really listening to it everywhere. Like and that stuff just blows me away. Like even if it's one person in Nigeria, like I feel like that's amazing. Like you
and,
understand?
and what's been your biggest disappointment?
Oh, that's such a good question. Oh, um, biggest disappointment. I guess it would be like what's my biggest disappointment? I don't know. Like I just been having so much fun doing all of this. I just been having so much fun.
And that's a
Biggest
good
disappointment.
thing.
Right.
You don't have to have
Oh,
disappointment.
I'm trying to find one. Like I just
You
been having
don't
so
have
much
to
fun.
have disappointments, because even sometimes disappointments are learning lessons. And you
Period. Like
don't look at them as disappointments, you look at them as stepping stones.
especially in this. You have okay. I actually have one. I actually have one. There's a do you remember? I don't know if everybody's aware of it, but there was like during the pandemic, there was like this mixtape scam where like they were
Yeah.
putting together. Yes, I got caught in that. I don't really want to say the person's name who like DM me, but it hurt my heart that this person is out here scamming people. I had so much respect for this person. That was my biggest disappointment. I gave this person $500 for nothing, like and nothing came out of it, and that was definitely my biggest disappointment. Not disappointment in myself because I didn't blow up anything. Disappointment in the fact that this person is really out here scamming upcoming artists. Like it's just really sad. That's very disappointing. Yep. Don't meet your heroes. Don't give them no money either.
Already. If somebody tell you to pay for an interview or pay for a collab, or they gonna put you on the mixtape and pay. If
Yep.
they're really for you, they're going to do it anyway.
Yep. Yep.
You
That's
know,
what I've been learning.
I just want to say know it all, because if nobody else in the world ever tells you, um, I think you're special. I
Thank you.
think that you are going to be big, and I think you're going to be big because not only your music, but because of who you are.
Thank you.
There is something very solid and pure in you. And I've seen it from the first moment that you put that, listen to my music. And I did.
Thank you.
And
I
from that
appreciate you.
moment forth, I've seen the humanity in you. I've seen the growth in you, and I've seen the person who people have gravitated to, not because they thought you could do something for them, but because you are who you are.
Yep, I agree.
And I want to thank you so much for coming on Powerful Impact, because I think you are definitely one of the newer artists who's going to have a powerful impact on hip hop. And I think
Thank you.
people need to know exactly who you are. So
Thank
thank
you for
you so
having me.
much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for all your support over the years, all your support and love. It's highly appreciated. I'll never forget it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been one of the highlights of Twitter for me, just to see you move, and it gives me so much pride to know that you are gaining everything that you want, and that is has always been my hope for you, and it will continue to be my hope for you. And anytime you need us, we're here.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
And I want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting Powerful Impact.
Oh, there's people
Again,
watching? I didn't even know that.
now
Oh,
we, we have, this is SP. And just remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us
right.
on social media, hit the like button, follow Knowitall. Can you give some shout outs and give them your social media?
Yes. Well, all my social media, you'll find me everywhere at knowitallnyc. I want to give a shout out to Outcast, the producer of the album I just made. I want to give a shout out to all my features, including Backwood Sweetie, Morning Run, and Rome Wise. Shout out to y'all. God bless, and wish y'all much success. Yeah, that's about it.
And I'll make sure I put all of the links in the description. You make sure
Thank you.
you go and cop the album, support
It'll be
independent
streaming
artists.
soon.
Yeah, so make sure you go to Bandcamp and support independent. Don't just stream it. Go to
Right,
Bandcamp and buy the album.
right.
It's
Thank you.
$10. It's not very much money, but it goes a long way,
Absolutely.
especially for independent artists. Studio time costs money.
Yep.
So support these guys and support the music that you want to hear.
Right.
Thank you so much, Know It All.
Thank
I
you.
always appreciate you taking the time out to come through and talk with us.
I had a great time.
Thank you so much. All right, everybody. This is Powerful Impact, and we're out.